Yo, what's going on, people? I'm out here. I believe I'm in West Virginia. I don't know. Might be, might not be. Might be in actual Virginia. Might be in. No, it can't be in Pennsylvania. I don't know. I'm somewhere out east. Let's put it that way. And the mountains are coming up, so y'all are gonna be able to watch me struggle through whatever that's all about. But yeah, when did this happen? This is probably, I believe, a week ago. Was it further back than that? I don't know. Probably a week ago, something like that. That I was just kind of sitting around, and I think I was sending in some paperwork. And I mean, randomly, sometimes I would check in how I'm doing on my. There's a lot of people in that car. Anyways, I like to check in on my mileage for my company. Basically, they will track the miles that you've been paid for on the app that the company has. And I say that very carefully, the miles that you got paid for, because if you don't know, it's kind of a thing. They do short you miles in this industry. They tell you that they're giving you a certain amount of miles, and you can look it up, and it'll be, like 50 miles longer, maybe 100 miles in some extreme cases, but it's usually not that far. But that starts to add up over time. But we're getting off topic here. And I saw that I had reached the end of my contract, which was 120,000 miles. And I mean, I was at like 120,550 something miles or something like that. So that means that the trip that I had just sent in was the trip that like put me over the contract or whatever. And no one has said anything to me about it since. So it's kind of funny that I don't know. I figured that they would be like, oh well, congratulations, you made it. Like you beat the odds or whatever. Because that's another thing that's real is if you look at the statistics about like driver turnover and stuff like that, like making it a full year in the industry is supposed to be impossible. I believe we'll just go high 90s. We'll say it's high 90s. I'm pretty sure the last figure that I saw was 99%, or was it 100%? I don't know. But basically, everyone freaking quits every single year, which I think is hilarious. Like the whole grass is green around the other side thing. Like maybe it is, maybe it's not. And actually, once I finished that contract, I don't know. It's kind of a weird feeling because the whole time that I've been working for my company, it's never been like they've held it over my head or something like that. Like it's never ever been like that, or it's never been like it seems like, man, how the heck am I gonna get out of this thing? Like, how much does that thing cost again? Like, oh, I need to call some people. It's never ever been like that, ever. Like the company that I'm with is like, I wish I could give you the name because I highly recommend it. If you're in the, what do you want to call it? If you're in the looking for a trucking job, that's what I would recommend. But I've heard varying things from different people about the company. So it might just be that I got lucky somehow. I don't know. But yeah. So it's supposed to be against the odds. And once that happened, I mean, it was just like a freeing feeling or whatever, like not to have anything over your head. Like I could literally just quit right now and be like, hey, I'm bringing the truck back and it's over with. It's a wrap. I don't want to see any of y'all ever again. Have a nice day. I could literally do that, and they'd just be like, okay, sounds good. Like, where are you leaving the truck? And it's like, okay. I don't know. You could just walk away like that. And I mean, I'm not that kind of person. If I ever were to quit, it'd be 2-week notice, obviously, but or 2 week. I'd probably do 3 weeks. Be like, hey, this is my last trip out or whatever. Like on the trip that I knew that I was gonna be quitting at the end. Be like, hey, you know, this is the deal. But I don't know. I had been thinking about it before, and it made me think about it more. And I'm not trying to be Dr. Seuss there, but that is a rhyme. And I was thinking about it more, like where I see my career going or whatever in the industry and whatnot, because I have no, what do you want to call it? Not very good at words today. I don't know what the deal is, but I have no want or wish to go anywhere else for the foreseeable future as far as industry goes. I really, like, as far as the amount of BS that you deal with compared to the amount of good time that you have, this is about as good as you're going to get right here. And I mean, maybe I'm a little bit, what do you want to call it? See, I told you, not good at words today. But maybe I'm just a little bit, I almost want to say jaded is the right word or something like that, towards the rest of jobs, because I've had just trash jobs for my whole life, basically, up until this point. And now this is like relaxed. I mean, it's not a, like, it's not like I'm in a union or something and I'm like working 40 hours a week and then I'm done or whatever, but it's a very relaxed occupation. And I think I said this before, that people come to this job to retire and whatnot, and I mean, that makes pretty good sense to me. I think they're kind of weird still, but I don't know, it is what it is. Got off track again, didn't I? But yeah, as far as my career as a driver goes, not going anywhere. And I also know that what used to be true is not true now, and that was when I was looking at getting into the industry, it seemed like more times than not, if you had 1 year of experience, you could go pretty much anywhere. If you had to have, 3 years of experience, you could pretty much get in anywhere. Anything above 5, you can get in at any company you want to. And I mean, we're talking within reason here. We're talking like you've been doing this certain type of job, or you don't need a hazmat, or you have had your hazmat or whatever. Like, that's what I'm talking about, because you can pretty much go anywhere. Oh boy. But it seems like okay. It seems like the industry has changed its mind a little bit, probably because there's been an influx of new drivers or something like that have made it to a year and then crossed over that year and gone to a different company. I'm assuming that this would be the reason, is that now it seems like you need 2 years to get into a certain place. And I do have a certain place in mind that I would like to go afterwards. I mean, if I, find what I'm looking for here, then I'll just stick around. But I'm definitely sticking around for another year, for sure. Because if I quit now and I just go looking for another job, or if I mean, that's not the order that you do things in, but if I go looking for another job, it's going to be like, oh, you're basically going to another similarly sized company, and you're not really, oh, okay, we'll just do that number real quick. Gotta go uphill, switch the lane, son. But it seems like you just go into a similar size company and a similar, setup. So what's the point of job hopping like that? Just show a little bit of commitment or whatever on your resume. I guess that'd be nice, but I don't know. At the end of the day, it probably doesn't matter too much. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a recruiter for a company, so I wouldn't know what the heck I'm talking about. But I've got a place in mind that I want to go eventually. And, I mean, the reason behind that is they just haul... Basically, the company that I'm talking about, I have never, or very rarely, have I seen their company trucks riding around, and they're not oversized. And this is a flatbed company. I mean, that's another thing, is I have no interest in doing... What do you want? Dude just flashed his lights at me. Oh, yep. That's cool. But I have no interest in doing the whole reefer van thing, whatever you want to call it. I mean, there's other stuff in that too, but I really enjoy flatbed. Let's not do that. Gear, please. Thank you. I was thinking about going to the next gear, but this is a little steep. As I said, battling through the mountains or whatever. But yeah, basically all their company trucks that I've ever seen, I mean, maybe 30 to 40% that I have seen out of all of them are not oversized. And I see a lot of their trucks. So I'm like, like if I want to get some oversized experience, that seems like a good place to go. Like a nice place to start. And they just seem like a large enough company to where it's got a good... I don't know why I'm explaining all this, but basically they just seem like a reasonable company to make a next step to. I mean, I don't need to give you all the reasons, bore you to death. But then after that, the thought process is to become an owner-operator. And I mean, that could change. I could be thinking differently. I could be thinking differently tomorrow about that and be like, no, I don't even think I want to do that. But I mean, I've got a couple of years to think it over completely. And my current thought process is that is a risky but very good idea, is to get into something like that. And I already have a company in mind that I would like to go to get some experience in that sort of a way. Here we go. Freaking Pennsylvania. Hello. How's it going? And yeah, I have that company in mind. And again, it's sort of a larger company. And I mean, that's just a structure thing. I think it's a good idea to be with a company that's large enough to have your back when you need it or whatever. I think that's a pretty reasonable idea. But yeah, after I would get to that point, I have no idea. Like, that's really as far as it goes. And I think with the goals that I have in mind, and I mean, y'all know about my goals and all that. I don't need to tell you, but I think, after what, 6 years maximum, 7 years maximum, I don't know, under 10 years, we'll just say that. In under 10 years, I'll reach my goal and I can just go do whatever I want. And if it comes down to like, I just want to keep doing what I'm doing, or I want to go back to doing the whole company driver thing, or if my cousin is involved at that point and wants to continue doing that, then might as well, just kind of thinking that sort of way. I don't know. I mean, it just got me thinking, and yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's a good idea to have a plan with life. I mean, I had a goal, and I would not call it a plan before I got into the industry, and that, y'all know about my goal. and all that. I mean, if you don't, it's in a video somewhere. Just go find it. No, I'm just kidding. But basically, that goal, I'm trying to figure out the right stones to step on to get to that goal. That's a pretty good way of saying that. What is going on up here? Never mind. Thought something was happening. But I think that I'm just sort of figuring that out, and I'm sure that things will change. And I won't know what the heck is going on, but I think it's a good idea to have a plan and sort of understand what you want and like why you want it, and like you're not just going to a place because, oh, they drive 379s over there, or they drive W900s, or they, you know, there's all kinds of reasons. Like, oh, they have no-touch freight, they don't go to the East Coast. There's all sorts of stuff like that, but yeah, I mean, I don't really care about any of that, but I do have certain preferences. Flatbed, oversized, good pay, reasonable home time. That's about it. That's what I'm looking for in life. But yeah, I'm gonna get the heck out of here. I mean, y'all didn't exactly catch the struggle either, but I mean, probably some good scenery in the video. So yeah, I will leave y'all to it, and I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. So I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye.